That sounds good. Let me move in a little. Let's get
so scared
comfortable.
of me.
Hi.
Hey.
So good to see you, baby.
Good to see you. It's been so long.
Look at you in eggplant. I love the good color on you, honey.
And you're kind of like, that's a purpley blue.
I fucking love. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of purple in the collar.
Yeah.
I love
Look
this
at us.
oversized polka dot. If you can't see on camera, but we're both wearing khaki from the
Khaki
waist
shorts,
down.
khaki pants. Wait, and the shoes
And the shoes are
are
nice.
kind of like a khaki greenish runner, and I'm wearing like a brown. What is that shoe? Leather and suede.
I would call it a caramel or a camel color,
Caramel
or we're
shoe.
a cognac.
Crazy.
The 3 C's: caramel, coffee, cognac, and camel.
And you
The
got a
4
haircut,
Cs.
and I'm growing my hair. And I have this big zit. Oh my god.
I have a wait.
It's just.
I have a zit right here. That's why I'm
started.
turned this way because I have a zit here. Don't zoom in.
I asked
Okay.
to be on this side so that if I turned to Nate, you guys would see the big zit. If we had a cameraman, if we had money for a cameraman, if we had money for a real camera, we could zoom in on it. Maybe later I could pop it, but.
That's for another video, a very special episode of Nate and Kev. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Nate and Kev.
Nate and Kev. Nate and N.
Nate
Kev.
and Kev.
Nate and, not ampersand. N. Tell us about this thing that happened to you recently.
My car got fucking broken into last week.
What?
Yeah. I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot, folks. You know why?
It's not your fault, but.
Because I had my office bag in my car, which contained my laptop. That's a big no-no.
This is LA,
Don't ever
right?
do that.
We take our bags with us, or we cover them in the trunk. But
I'm
it's okay. I'm not
constantly
blaming
a
you.
woman on the go. I hardly ever have time in my daily schedule to run home and drop off my office bags before I go from point B to point C to point D. So, you're about to say something I wanted.
No, I want you to give them the whole run through because you told me it was a great story.
So check
Just
this
the
out.
whole
So like,
day
I was
and
going from
everything.
point A to point B to point C to point D. Longest day ever. It's like a typical day in the life for me. Like I leave the house at like 8 in the morning. I'm not home till like 11 p.m. a lot of days. And I'm going from like work to like a thing to like a meeting to dinner to possibly something else. And so it was like that. It was like the longest Thursday ever.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, I was doing some writing earlier that day. And another thing about LA, living in LA, is like once you're on one side of town and you live all the way across town, no way in fucking hell can you pay me to drive home and then go back to where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to stay on whatever side of town I'm at.
I don't know what other cities are like this, but for sure in Los Angeles, many of you know that we're very spread out. And so you take whatever you need for the day in case you need it.
Yeah, so like I live all the way in the fucking Bumfuck Valley, like almost the West Valley kind of. But I was over on the Silver Lake side of town, so once I was there, I was like, I'm gonna do some writing here. I'm gonna camp out at Whole Foods. I'm gonna write on my laptop, and then I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. Go to a meeting, go to dinner, and then I ended up going to a local bar, a local gay drinking establishment known as the Eagle.
Yeah.
Eagle, LA. It's a great bar. I love that bar, but
This is you're being punished for going to a gay bar.
I swear to God. So coming out to my car at 2 in the morning, I don't usually close down the Eagle, but it was a special night. You know why? Because it was the eve of Good Friday, and there was like, I don't want to say there was a full moon, but there was something in the air, and it was a little extra crazy and a little extra randy. So everyone was out a little later than usual.
I don't even know what the Eagle is. Never been there.
I need to take you. You need to come with me one of these nights.
I do. I've been there. I know what it is.
Come out to my fucking car. I see all this black shit on my backseat. I'm like, what is that? Turns out it's glass because my rear windows are tinted. I've never had my car busted into like that before. You feel so violated. I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you. I have a bunch of friends that it's happened to in this town. And it's a thing. It happens a lot. Well, they decided to bust into my car that night and take my office bag, which had my laptop and some other sensitive documents and stuff that's important to me. And it was pretty devastating, but I decided to just keep calm in the moment. I had a friend with me and I had to drive him home. And so it was just like, okay, let's just put one foot in front of the other and just, by this time I'm like really tired. I can't wait to go home.
Isn't that frustrating though? Like, look how long your day was. It's something that's completely unexpected. You think that you've taken care of hiding your bag.
Well, usually I tuck it out of sight.
Yeah.
But in this case, I screwed up.
And you said they Did you share that they may have seen the
Fresh.
glint of another bag, right? A neon bag?
I had a neon colored beach bag in my back seat, which originally drew their attention, I'm sure. And then once they were like, "Oh, there's nothing great in here," they're like, "Oh, look at that!" You know, it's like I did it to myself. I'm reliving all the trauma and just beating myself up, but I need to let go. There's no reason to keep beating myself up over it. But yes,
you had backed up everything, right?
Yes, everything was backed up. Time machine, iCloud.
And you did have like a find my Mac thing on your phone.
I used that.
Right.
They haven't hooked it up to a network, so it's not.
So you can't locate it.
Yeah, but I filed a police report though.
You did file a police report. Yes. And what did they say?
They said, "Thank you for the information. We will work on it and let us."
And we'll just throw it on the pile with all the other laptops and phones and gizmos that disappear every day.
I'm honestly shocked they even emailed me. I mean, yeah, I mean, come on.
That was nice.
They don't fucking care. Like, the fact that they emailed me, I thought, like, oh, nice. You know, it's like unexpected. But now we move on. It's annoying, but it's fine.
You already are getting it replaced, right?
I am, thanks to you, because you have a guy who's like a Mac dealer.
Greg, the computer guy.
Yeah.
That's all he's known by. Greg, the computer guy. I send everybody to Greg.
Greg, the computer guy. Yeah. And the Greg, the computer guy, I don't want to know where he gets his computers. I don't want to know where he gets his inventory, where he goes or what he does when he travels out of town. Like his last trip was in Thailand. Who cares? I don't want to know.
I'm not saying anything. Anyways, tell the folk. I love when people say, "Tell the folks at home." That's so like 1950s, 40s. Tell the folks at home a little bit, if you can, about what you just did. The show, the job you just finished.
Thank you.
That's coming up.
Plug. So I do have something to plug. I have a show that I just wrapped on a few weeks ago called Best Room Wins. It is premiering on Bravo on Wednesday night, May 1st. So in 8 days from now it premieres, coming right after The Real Housewives of New York.
So you know there's an audience for it.
Yes. People are hungry for those home reno shows. They want to see
still
interior design porn, real estate porn, these high-end mansions and homes, big budgets.
And what happens in the show?
What happens in the show is each week 2 interior designers face off to determine who can design the best room. Cool. And it's a different genre every week. So one week it's neoclassical, another week it's modern rustic, another week it's mid-century modern. And you get to tour like these big $5 million inspiration homes at the beginning of the episode to get ideas.
Wow.
It's very cool.
But the homes aren't $5 million homes that they're working on.
They're more ordinary homeowners, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom type of ranch style house usually. You know.
Just a $1 million home.
Right. Yes.
And they're just doing one room?
They're just doing one room or like 2 rooms max, but like not the whole house.
What roughly is like the budget that they have to work with?
So part of the criteria of the competition is $25,000 4 days. Now, $25,000 is not a small amount of money to do an interior because, you know, for an average person, that's like a lot of money to do a living room. But these are interior designers that are used to way bigger budgets, you know, having rich clients.
Oh my God, you can't do a kitchen or
having a lot much more freedom.
Barely do a bathroom sometimes for that much, but that's still a good budget. That's still a good size budget.
And what's great for the homeowners is that doesn't come out of their pocket, so they could. So even if their designer loses the competition, they still get this amazingly redone room for free.
So all they're signing up for is we need a reno. It's not, and is it like a reno problem, like rescue my room kind of thing?
It's not that hardcore, although every homeowner's space has issues and problems, but they're not like tear down issues. And it's not necessarily the most construction heavy show, although there is construction. It's more about interior design. So there are like some things like opening up walls or
that's cool.
Putting in new flooring, but then it's also a lot about the design of like the choices of the furniture and the art and the paint and things like
fixtures.
That. Yeah,
very cool.
The lighting, yeah, exactly.
And then, who are the
the guest judges?
Judges. Who are the guest judges?
The main judge is Genevieve Gorder. She's done like 20 years of home reno shows, and then her right-hand man is Whitney Robinson, who's the editor-in-chief of Elle Decor magazine.
Love Elle Decor.
And then every week there are like celebrity guest judges like Jonathan Adler.
Wow.
Famous fashion designer
Wow.
Jason Wu.
Wow.
Famous interior designer Catherine Ireland, not to be confused with Kathy Ireland. And many more. Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah,
and
thank
then
you for the plug.
what else do the winners get? Did you say what the winners get?
The winner gets a spread in Elle Decor online, so
Right.
they get that notoriety, that exposure.
So they are nude in their new room, right? That's what the spread is.
What?
The spread in the magazine is them nude lounging in their newly renovated room.
Oh, maybe you misunderstand the word spread. Like they're not legs spread.
Oh. Well, that's
Unless-
not fun. That would sound much.
I guess
many
that
more
could be
magazines,
arranged.
Much more magazines. I mean, I want to see that show. I want to see the show that is like a makeover show and fitness show and renovate your home show, and then the winner gets a spread in an interior design magazine with no staple in their navel.
Centerfold in Elle Decor magazine.
Hey, I'm going to
Yes.
pitch that somewhere if someone hasn't already done that or stolen it.
Do you remember opening Playboy and the centerfold page would like flip out?
Yeah.
Like, fall out to the
Who doesn't remember that? Didn't Penthouse have that too, and Playgirl and all those, right?
Hustler. They all had
They
it.
had the triple fold,
Mm-hmm.
and you just held it out, and the staple was there, and then that whole thing of like, we're taking away the staple. And it's like, yeah, because the staple really blocked a lot.
And then you saw the progression from like lots of bush to like no bush to like landing strip, back to bush, back to Brazilian. Like it's just.
And the magazines that showed some pink, and the ones that didn't show pink, and the ones that only showed soft and penises, and the ones that were able to show throbbing hard-ons. And
Did you read the letters? I used to read the letters.
from to
'Cause to
Xavier, to the happy hooker, Xavier Hollander, or in any
Kind
magazine.
of, yeah, just like, sex stories.
Mm-hmm.
I like stories. I like visuals because I'm a guy,
Who
of
doesn't
course.
like reading?
But like, I like sex stories, like TMI, I
Good
guess. But
creative
hey,
writing.
whatever. It's our show. We can talk about whatever we want.
Erotic poetry.
But I just get to like build that
Okay, do you think people were
fantasy in
really
my
like
head.
writing in and sharing their experiences, or do you think the writer on staff was making up those letters, or both?
Both. Because maybe week to week, like they don't get enough creative submissions, and so they have to make their own to like fill the pages.
Or maybe they get, I don't know, maybe they get a lot, and some
They
are
might
just
get a lot.
like-
They might get a lot of horny dudes who love to write into that shit.
and
I mean,
some are just badly written, or some are boring, or some are just
they probably get them, and then
cray.
they copy edit them. They like take artistic license and they just improve them. Like if I worked at fucking Hustler, I would totally do that. I would totally just yeah. That's what I would do.
All right, now an easy segue into. Can you talk about another job that you did, either the job before the one you did, or the job that may be coming up next? That job with certain Carson Kressley, is it?
So the job I worked on previous to this,
Is
previous
that one
to Best
airing?
Wins,
Yeah.
also a Bravo show, is called Get a Room
Get a room
with Carson and Tom.
Shane, get a room.
And it's also on Bravo, and it's also part of Bravo's slate of new home shows, and it's a really fun show.
So that's the dirty show with naked people, because they're saying get a room.
Strangely, it's not about nudity at all. Although there is some interesting innuendo, because Carson is full of puns, sexual innuendo jokes. I mean, who doesn't love that?
Whatever makes them laugh. But that's not a competition show.
Not a competition show. It's more of a reality, lifestyle, home, interior design,
porn.
reno.
Got it.
It's fun. It's great.
And that one is on or has aired or is still coming up?
It's already aired its first run, and it's in reruns right now. And I encourage you to watch that as well.
And where do we watch that?
On Bravo TV.
Oh, so everything's on Bravo.
Everything's on Bravo,
So
baby.
you've got a contract with Bravo.
Well, not necessarily, but they kind of like me.
That's
They're
good.
okay. They're all right.
That's a good day job to have.
It's not bad. It's a
Yeah.
living, baby. How
Very
about you?
cool.
What's going on with you?
I spent the whole afternoon at a citizenship swearing in for somebody close to me. and that was at the convention center downtown LA. They have these several times a day, several times a week, in several cities. At this one, there's 3,700 people there.
Oh my goodness.
The top five, excuse me, the top five countries for swearing in were like China, I believe the Philippines, Mexico was number one, and it was such a long. I thought my day would be half as long as this was, and it's very interesting. It's very sweet, and it's like imagine Thanksgiving at an airport. That's what this is like. It's like you're taking your loved one or family or partner or whoever, and then you have to go through. You're separated, so you got the guests and go through this checkpoint, and the people being sworn in go through that checkpoint, and then you have to go into the main hall, and you're sat separately. And then the whole, swearing in, and there's a judge there presiding over it, and the anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and everything, and there's a video from the president and so forth, and then they release.
It's like a video from the president. Oh God!
And it was a very nice. It was very. Let's just say it was the nicest I've ever seen him, and people applauded after.
Right on.
And then they release the guests, and you have to leave, and they won't release the new citizens, until after all the guests have left. And then on the main landing, on the main lobby of the convention center, everyone is crowded around. I stood at the top of the stairs, and you couldn't even see the floor. That's how many people are there. And they're all lined up, and then it turns from being at the airport on the holidays to like being at the princess's wedding at Buckingham Palace. And everyone is lining up on the main floor, staring up at the stairs, waiting for their family or partner or loved one to be released and come down the stairs. And every time someone they know comes down the stairs, they wave their flag and go, yay! And they snap their picture. And it's very sweet. And then everyone goes for, brunch or lunch or whatever.
How long are the new, swearees or new citizens to be separated from their families? Like, how many hours?
Oh, it seems like forever, because you're standing for so long to go through the checkpoint. Okay. And then you're sitting for so long for the ceremony, but it really isn't. You know what? It was it's a few hours. It's a few hours.
It's a few hours. And question, the people who get sworn in, the actual swearing in, does that happen
so quick? It's everyone en masse.
But my question about that is their family present for that particular moment or no?
Well, yeah, because all the swear-ins, all the swearees are in the front section across the front, right, from left to right, and then there's a rope. And then all the friends and family and loved ones are behind that rope in the same type of sections that go all the way back to the hall. But you have to text with the person you're with to find out where they are, so you know where to look for them or whatever. Snap a picture. But it's not like I thought it would be like graduating from high school where everyone crosses the stage and gets a diploma. Oh, it's not. And I'm like, we're gonna wait for 3,700 people to shake a hand.
Could you imagine, one by one?
I was like, I have to leave. I have things to do.
You'd be there all night.
I'm sorry, I can't wait for this.
So it's not like that. No. They don't go one by one. Okay.
No. After they release them, there's actually along the sidewall. Okay. There is your letter of your surname, and you go there, and that's where you get your citizenship paper. So that's when, after they release us, the new citizens go along the sidewall and stand in line to wait to get their citizenship paper, and then that's why it takes them so long to come down the street. I know this is so fascinating. You've fallen asleep. You definitely have turned off the show.
No, that's interesting. I've never been to a swearing-in ceremony before, but it must be a wonderful moment to see a friend or a family member get sworn in, and that moment of joy is,
it's very beautiful, and I went through it in San Francisco about 18 years ago, and I'm Canadian. Well, I'm a dual citizen.
That's so nice.
And yeah, you know what? It's just great, and even during these times, it's great. And we had mine's facing the wrong way. And we had interesting guest with us too for our celebratory lunch after, and it's an immigration lawyer.
Immigration lawyer.
He was filling us in on about a lot of stuff that he has to deal with. As many of you know, there's stuff going on in the world, and us, particularly our country. And so, without giving away specifics or clients' names, just in general. And I suggested what an amazing show that would be to have this law show that is an immigration law firm, and how fascinating each case would be. I don't know, maybe after a while we'd be like, I can't see one more immigration case. But I was I think it's a great idea. There's a lot of fodder there, but also maybe it's too close to home right now and people want to escape the news and don't want to watch that.
Maybe it's a little too raw, a little too real, to where it kind of stabs you in the heart to watch.
Very hard.
There are shows like that
strong
out there.
Feelings either way about it, and maybe don't want that brought up by their entertainment. I don't know.
Maybe so. Like a show like The Handmaid's Tale is hard for me to watch because it does sort of stab me in my heart.
I won't watch it
because it's so similar to the direction sort of our government and our society is going in some ways. That it hurts. It's tough.
It's a beautiful
it's
show.
Not escapist at all.
It's a great show, and it's like taking.
It's a great show, but
I don't know. It's like taking an ice pick to my eye. I won't watch it.
Yeah.
No.
Now I think a show like The Good Fight on CBS All Access is one of those shows that it does cover real issues, but it also balances itself out with laughter and entertainment value. It's not quite as heavy.
And that follows Christine Baranski from the show The Good Wife, CBS to CBS All Access, right?
It does. It's called The Good Fight, and it's a lawyer show, obviously. But but you talking about the idea of following a law firm that deals with immigration law reminded me of that show because it centers around a law firm that specializes in the underdog and helping the underdog against the big guy, like
I like that.
In cases of police brutality, in cases of civil rights, intellectual property, and it's in Chicago, and it's it's just a wonderful show. I'm super hooked.
That's great.
And obsessed, and
I'd like to.
It's really good.
I'd probably be good on that show.
You would be really good on that show. Oh my! They have so many guest stars. You could get like a 5-episode arc.
I'd be like the creepy mean guard in the prison. I'd be the asshole.
No, you'd
lawyer.
be like a police detective. You'd be a cop. Crusty. And there are two really fun characters who are like these private investigators, and maybe you could, help them out, or maybe you could be like a villain. It'd be fun. You should be on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can break out into song with Christine Baranski.
You could.
An ABBA song.
An ABBA song. Was Christine Baranski in any of those like Mamma Mia movies?
Come on.
I haven't watched a single one because I can't. But I love her.
Nathaniel.
Is she a good singer? She sings? She's like a...
Yeah, she's from Broadway.
Okay. Sorry.
She can carry a tune. She can move. And
I want to see her sing and dance. I want to see Christine Baranski.
And she's delightful.
So she sings better than Meryl Streep?
No, I don't want to say better. It's just different. They're different.
You're so kind. No, I'm kidding. That's terrible.
You're terrible. Shh, don't tell Meryl. I like Meryl singing. Meryl loves to sing. You know how many movies she's done where she sings?
I saw Into the Woods.
Yes.
Movie, and she did really well.
Yeah, it's beautiful, that ballad she sings.
I read that she really worked her ass off on her vocal training because she knows she's not
Nothing's
the
gonna harm
best
you
singer.
Now that I'm around.
That was beautiful.
Is that the song she?
Yes.
No, they wrote a new song for her too. Nothing's gonna harm you. I actually am taking singing lessons for the first time in my life, and I actually do have a voice, and I can carry a tune, but it's going to take me about a year till I can actually sing a full song. So wait for that. Check back.
But I can tell already that you have a good falsetto, and I think that's very important. I think it's underrated.
Nothing's gonna harm you.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, please don't be sorry.
Smacky. What else?
I love to sing in falsetto. It's one of my favorite things to do.
What else is going on in the world? What else is going on in our
Well,
lives?
Passover just ended, folks.
Happy Passover.
Or maybe it's still going on. Happy Passover.
Happy Easter.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Which means Chag is holiday and Sameach is happy. And you can say it to Jews anywhere at any holiday and they'll know what you're talking about.
That's right. It's spring. Spring has sprung. The weather is beautiful.
Yes.
And I just planted a bunch of new flowers.
Oh,
and,
what kind?
Dahlias.
I love it.
Hydrangeas.
I love it.
Poppies.
I don't know what any of these flowers are, but they
Rudbeckias.
sound so pretty.
Other flowers that must not be named. I don't know. And then I had to erect.
Doesn't know their names.
I had to erect chicken wire around my flowers to keep my dogs from eating them.
Erect shipping wire.
Chicken wire, baby.
Chicken wire. I said
Chicken
shipping
wire.
wire.
I had to erect chicken wire.
Cool.
I'm an amateur flower farmer at this point.
Nate, can I say?
Yeah.
He just moved into a beautiful new home with his partner, and this backyard has this hill that is like an 80% incline.
It's the steepest hill ever.
Right?
Like, good luck trying to climb that shit. You're gonna need like one of those poles with spikes on it and like fucking spike shoes and shit.
And that's all your property. So you have your cemented.
We have like
backyard,
a flat backyard
yeah.
area that's mostly
Yeah.
cement, and then we have some raised flower beds, and then we have this incredibly steep hill.
Yes. And have you gone to the top of it?
Not yet.
Oh, you haven't?
But I need to, and I need to report back, and maybe
Yes.
take some video and some pictures while I do it.
Have
In fact,
to. I want to hear how
I
how
pledge
we
to
get
you
up
guys
there.
that at some point in the near future I will ascend that hill and take a video and post it on our
Yes.
channel.
And you're gonna need the
Yeah.
the cleats with the mountain climbing cleats.
Yeah, with the steel spikes
And I
embedded
think,
in the sole, and like
Pulley.
a pulley,
Yeah.
and some winches,
Totally.
and a bag to put my
A snack in because it might take you half a day.
right. And you have to, when you're sleeping at night, you have to keep the food hanging from a tree, like away from you, so when a bear comes, he's not gonna maul you. You know.
You're gonna have to sleep in a tree because I bet you there are mountain cubs or things.
There are a lot of creatures and critters and wild animals in
Never
my
mind the
neighborhood,
raccoons.
folks. There's raccoons.
Yeah.
There's at least one mountain lion for real.
Right?
There's
Yeah.
lots of coyotes. There's deer. There's rattlesnakes, scorpions, tons of lizards.
We have scorpions here?
Literally scorpion. I'm not kidding.
No.
David stepped on a scorpion a
No.
few months ago, and his foot swelled up, and it was like horrible.
Wait, he was barefoot?
He was fucking barefoot in the backyard, which you're asking for it, I guess, but he likes to be barefoot. But he stepped on a scorpion.
I didn't know we had scorpions here.
We have scorpions in California for sure.
No, but like near the city.
LA.
Like I just thought those things were. in
LA
the
is
desert.
bisected
Or-
by a mountain range called the Santa Monica Mountains, and the mountains are a wild, wild place.
Wow.
The night is dark and full of terrors,
Cool.
but the Lord of Light will see us through. All right, I
Now-
ramble and I ramble and I ramble, but I love you guys. I love talking. I love you.
We love
I love talking with you.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you were just here for 30 seconds or if you were here for the whole thing, you need to get a life. No, thank you. Thank you so much.
If you were here the whole time, I apologize.
We
No,
apologize. We will come up with,
Hey.
with better stuff. No, we can't come up with better stuff because this is our lives.
We're just being us,
We're
doing
just
our thing.
Two dudes. We're just two dudes. Anyways, thank you very much.
You guys are awesome. Thank
Have
you.
a great week. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Mwah.